So now let's take a look at our inventory. So I go over here. I'm presented with a unified list of all of my assets across all contracts that I've onboarded into Cisco IQ. Again, I can filter here. So maybe I can filter for devices that are last day of support within the next 12 months and see that information. Or again, I can filter on other attributes. Like maybe I want to see anything that's going last day of support within the next 12 months that's also affected by security advisories. And I can even save this filter to EOL 12-month vulnerable. And then you can see that it's saved. And then in the future, if I want to recall this filter, I've got my save filters here, and I can easily click that instead of having to go and maybe set a bunch of attributes every time I go into Cisco IQ if I'm always looking for the same filtered data. And then I can delete my save filter there as well. Another filter that might be useful to be aware of is the tags. And these are key value pairs that you can customize and you can set and then assign to assets. And so you can use these for any type of definition. You can see here we've got one attribute or one key called area, and then we're defining that area as Eastern USA, or we're defining a location key or attribute, and then we're setting the location, and then we can associate these tags to specific devices. So like here, if I want to see assets that have been tagged with the location of Texas, then I can see specifically what assets are. And if you need to add new tags, if I'm an administrator, I can go over here to system settings, and then there will be a tag option where I can go through, and then I can define new tags in a key value format. If I want to export the results from the list, it's very easy to do with this export function. You can select the columns that I maybe want to see or not see. I can also change the order of these columns accordingly. And I have the option to export into either CSV or Excel format. And then it'll generate that, and then I can go and download and open that file up. So now let's take a look at a specific asset. So we're going to go click here and take a look at details on a specific asset. And you can see I've now presented details around this device. So I can understand quickly the product ID, the product type and family that it is, when the last day of support is. You can see that this one's coming up relatively soon. So we've got a warning here around that. And some information around like the serial number, the host name of the device, the software release that it's on. You can see where it's installed at, according to Cisco Commerce Workplace as the install site. We'd see the last time we've gotten telemetry from this device. So we did get telemetry from this device yesterday. So we're getting accurate information, and we're getting the information from Catalyst Center in this example. And you can see that we've got active coverage status around this device. I can also go to product alerts, and then I can easily see all of the critical alerts that I should be aware of on this device. So any security advisories that apply to this device will show up here, and as well as any field notices at the hardware or the software level. And then if there's an active end of life announcement or end of support announcement around the hardware for the device, then we pull that through as well and link that here. So this is a nice page that provides you prioritized lists of what's critically actionable for reducing risk on this device. We can also get some information around the hardware and software lifecycle on these next two tabs as well. So you see kind of like this water flow chart around all of the milestone dates around when end of life was first announced, end of sale, and then these dates around like last day of software maintenance. I know this date's specifically important because a lot of compliance teams tell you to take the device off your network due to the risk if you can't apply patches and maintenance releases onto a device to get rid of security vulnerabilities. So I know a lot of companies specifically manage to this date and make sure that they've got replacement strategy in place before then. Likewise, you'll see it on the software side as well. So your software lifecycle based off of the software version that's running, you can easily see when that's going to stop getting maintenance releases as well and stop being supported by TAC.